There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Friday, January 31st. We got goodbye, January. Hello, February. Hello, Super Bowl. We're almost ready to go here next week as we really get down to the nitty gritty. We've seen all the props pretty much come out yesterday for sure. We know we got them a little bit earlier in the week, but pretty much the full release, it felt like yesterday. So, with today's short card, certainly spent some time digesting some of the player props and maybe what's going to happen in Super Bowl 59. Let me straighten myself up here and thank everybody for coming in for what should be, well, a short show. I'll let you out of here, let you out of class early on a Friday. I'm no instructor, but you know what I mean. We got kind of a light card here for sure today with our NBA, NHL, and college basketball. 7 games in the NBA to look at, just 4 on the ice, and we'll take a look at 5 or 6 college basketball games. We got Ivy League here tonight, a little Big Ten, some other games, Big East as well. So see what you guys want to talk about today here as we kind of have an easy day, I think, here, and we'll have certainly some winners, hopefully. I'm on a roll, certainly on my premiums right now in the NBA after a 2-1 day yesterday, and we did have a couple winners on the ice. We didn't hit our consensus parlay there yesterday, but thanks to Tulane. But how did you guys do yesterday in your sports betting? Let's say hello to some friends here today. Won't spend too much time belaboring too much of the news. I don't know what was main headlines from yesterday's sports action that related anyway to the games that were played. I think everyone's ready to go. You know, you wish it was this week, kind of. For Super Bowl 59, but you want everybody healthy and ready, and you want to have a big hype up. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty fun week. Had some okay games last night. Nebraska over Illinois. We got it done yesterday in the selection here on the show with the Nebraska Cornhuskers in that one over Illinois. Needed the overtime there, I guess. But we had Nebraska here on the show yesterday. We also had the winner here on the show, Oregon and UCLA game to go under. I wish I would have used some of my picks here on the show for my premium selections. Ran into a little bit of a brick wall yesterday in college basketball. Sunbelt, it was 3 double-digit underdogs who won straight up. Talk about a 3-dog night. How about a Monroe over South Alabama yesterday, 62-58. Second time they beat South Alabama. It feels, or let's see, ULM upset them twice, right? Basically, after losing 10 straight games or whatever it was. So, Georgia State upset Marshall to snap a 4-game losing streak, and Louisiana beat Texas State 70-61. So we had some winners in there. We had the premium pick winner with Monroe and South Alabama game to go under here as my premium pick there uh, in the Sun Belt yesterday. So those were certainly some interesting results there yesterday. Also late night, in case you missed it on the East Coast, Pacific upset Washington for their second win in 15 games. A big upset there as Wazoo led by 7 or so with 10 minutes to play, but Pacific got the win. And in the Big West, it was UC Irvine in overtime over Long Beach State. Wow, I didn't really see that one coming as Irvine needed overtime against that sorry Long Beach State team, but they played pretty well, and Irvine got the win but did not cover. Also late, it was Northridge over Santa Barbara 78-71. Colonial Charleston over Stony in that first game out of the on the card there yesterday, 81-74. Stony got that money. Also, the game of the night might have been Monmouth over Drexel 104-97 in double overtime. Monmouth led by 18 points in that game. How about Madison Durr? He was 10 of 11 from the floor and 19 of 19 from the foul line. You couldn't do that if you were shooting by yourself. There, 10 of 11 from the floor. You might make 19 free throws if you're got a little talent, but what a performance by Durr. And they have anybody go back, any poker players out there going back 10 or 20? We know the man's still around, even if he doesn't pay his debts. Durr. They're Towson leads they're 8-1 right now to lead over Wilmington, Charleston, and William and Mary by a game. Also Montana over Portland State in the Big Sky 92-78. So Northern Colorado still leading there by a half a game in the Big Sky. Over in the horizon, the big game, Cleveland State over Fort Wayne 68-58. 13 straight wins for Cleveland State, Thomas, and a pretty good run here right now by the Vikes as they get that win over Fort Wayne yesterday. And the Cleveland State Vikings lead the Milwaukee Panthers by 2 games now in the horizon. And no pressure, Cleveland State. But not only are you going to have to, win these games and hold on, you don't even need to hold on. You got to win the conference tournament in the horizon, pretty much, it looks like, this season. So New Mexico State beat Middle 61-57. Jacksonville State over FIU 71-67 with a late comeback there by the Gamecocks to win that one late. And Jacksonville State's won 5 straight games. They lead the 4 other teams by a game atop the Conference USA standings currently. So maybe the other news that you had Max Scherzer signing with the Blue Jays, huh? And then also Ha-Seong Kim, Padres lose out on another player. He wasn't going to come back anyways, but Ha-Seong Kim joins the Rays. So, all right, let's say hello to some folks in the chat. We'll talk a little NBA, NHL results as well. And I want to say hi to my friends for showing up today, including Joe T opening the doors. Joe W was right behind him. And here is Thomas Lewis. He says, good morning. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. We're getting ready for a big weekend. Good thing I've got, well, I'll say it's a light show, but I've got to get ready for Saturday's show. One more update on that. This is, I guess, the last time I can update it, but I will be here tomorrow with a special time beginning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern, 3:30 a.m. Pacific. I'll be up, and I'm going to have an early show on Saturday as we get you ready for UFC from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So we got a big card, and it starts at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, and I think the guys are going to be on probably before that, probably at 8:30 a.m. Eastern and 5:30 a.m. Pacific. So we're only going to spend 2 hours together. So we're going to have to kind of stuff some games in there. Probably just go over the college picks real fast. Maybe throw out any crummy games on the ice or in the NBA, and get ready for that coverage for UFC Saudi Arabia. And just want to let everybody know you can get your handicapping started already if you haven't, right here with the Sports Money Network, as the guys have their first strike video up. They went over their 4 best bets there, so you can check that out in the videos tab, pre-recorded with the guys, with Jeff M, with Sub, with Mikey Money, and of course Fanatical Jim with their 4 best plays. And I had my preview show with my analyst VB MMA picks, and get 3 more previews there, as we had Gordo Gambles on our show this week as our guest analyst. So you'll get fight previews for 7 fights right here with the guys on the Sports Money Network. Get ready for a fun Saturday card. I'll be watching the guys hammering college basketball, of course, on Saturday, but you can join them with the companion coverage, a pretty good card with UFC Saudi Arabia. Again, that start time is I want to say 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. Pacific. You know, they'll want to come on a little bit early and start previewing the card before getting into it. And then, of course, I'll be there 2 hours before that with the morning steam, and we'll lead up right up to them ready to get on the air. We'll lead right into them like a TV station. Tell them the show's coming up. So just want to get that out there one more time. I know we'll lose some viewers that early out on the West Coast, and some people might not get the memo, but we'll be here to preview the action on Saturday. I won't be covering any of the MMA, of course, on the morning steam, because we already have some great preview coverage with the guys. All right, Peaceful Looter is here, and Nick Candy is here as well. Thank you. And Curtis is here today. Thank you, as always, Curtis. And let's see there. What else? Bobby Mack here today. Thank you, Bobby. Hopefully you caught the crew last night. I want to say thank you to the guys, as we had a great day there, certainly yesterday, with the guys in Kick. Yesterday is where we had the preview. We had the live companion show for the game between Houston and Memphis. Kind of fizzled there with no Ja Morant, but it turned out to be a great game. And well, we did have the premium pick winner yesterday here, as I went 2-0 with my premium picks here on Winnable. My information here for yesterday, we had the Houston Rockets plus the points, and we knew, look, I was kind of speculating there. I think I got one of them right anyway with some of those injuries. I said LeBron could take the day off, but we saw him in there, and man, did we ever roll there on the show with Lakers and Wizards. We had the Lakers as our pick here on the show yesterday, but we did have the premium pick winners there. As I said yesterday, they were, Atlanta and Cleveland game to go over. How about that one? We also had the Cavaliers here on the show as our pick as they rolled Atlanta. And we also had our premium pick with the Houston Rockets, and I think Mikey had that one as well. He was on an island against the guys there yesterday, but me and Mike were able to come through with the Rockets. I had them as my premium pick winner yesterday. My speculation was that maybe Morant would have a little bit of difficulty making the lineup yesterday. I said I hoped he would because of the great television matchup, but instead he misses another game, and the Rockets, they won the game. Don't get me wrong there, but we did have them plus the points. Also, we had the winner here on the show with the Portland Trailblazers yesterday, and I also came through here on the show. Wow, man, did I just go 4-1 on our show yesterday, as well as 2-0 in premiums, and my little run right there? What does it say? 7-1 in the NBA. Oh, the NBA is tough. Well, I don't want to talk any smack here, but we had one more winner, Minnesota and Utah game to go over. So, hey, we got 7 games today to work with. So maybe we can keep that roll running in the NBA. Hey, all the haters and complainers, well, yeah, don't watch. Don't watch if you don't like the NBA, but I'll take it here. So, all right. Also on the ice yesterday. Now that was a different story for me, I think, here on the show. But we did have the Tampa Bay Lightning over the Kings. Uh, Man, what's going on there with my Kings? They still can't score. Uh, Lightning gets that win yesterday, and we also have the Wild and the Canadians game to go under. The Wild got it done 4-0. Canadians running into a bit of a brick wall here. They just need the break. They need the mid-season break to come and catch their breath a little bit, is what I think there. Mikey and I did share a winner. I should have hit him up yesterday in the chat. I'm supposed to when we have a consensus. It was my idea, but we both had the Islanders yesterday over the Flyers. I had them, he had them, so I would say that's a consensus winner, Mikey, if you're keeping score, even though I couldn't get a hold of you to let you know that. I did watch my pre-gaming there yesterday, but I got a little tied up there, I think, with some of the basketball. So we did have the Red Wings on the puck line on the show yesterday. So I guess we did have some nice winners. And my premium pick winner, Blue Jackets and Golden Knights game to go under yesterday was my premium winner here on Thursday. So we'll get at it today, and hopefully you can pick up my plays over at winnable.com/Ramon. This is how you can follow more plays with me. I'm sorry I had to, man, I wanted to read all my sexy comments today, but I had to get it out of there before I had a chance to read them. If they could just comment in shorter sentences, maybe I could at least read them and laugh before I have to delete them. But hey, you know what? I'm starting to learn. Maybe I'm, out of all these talking heads out there in the sports betting space, right? Maybe I'm the sex symbol of the sports handicapping space. How about that? Hey, get my plays over at winnable.com for just $4 a day, $8 a week, or $19.95 a month. When you use the promo code TonyT at checkout, that's just 50 cents a day. When you do so, click the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. That'll take you directly to that Winnable page. You don't have to type it in or anything if it's too hard, but Winnable's a great platform that many, mostly you see all those Instagram. Maybe I should be an Instagram capper or a TikTok capper, because that's where you see most of the guys use the Winnable platform. But I find it to be quite useful and quite good, especially with the payment processing via Stripe. I think that adds to the overall, I don't want to say legitimacy, that kind of sounds chintzy, but it's a pretty professional looking platform, and I think you'll be happy too when you subscribe to my plays there over at winnable.com. Send out the package. Usually these are my late releases. Usually you send it out 30 minutes to 2 hours before. Depends on what day. Usually the weekends, get it out there a little earlier. And on the days of the week, you said it. I mean, you got to wait for these injuries. Even I do a little bit of that. And so sometimes I have to wait until the last few hours to get the package out there and see who's in, see who's out. You know what I mean? But you can get those plays. There's also a free subscription over there where I like to send out some plays. And well, with today's light card and the Friday fixtures in soccer, maybe I'll have time to try to keep a little pressure on tonight in soccer. We've got a game in Serie A. We've got one in La Liga. We've got Bundesliga. We've got League One going on. There's a couple of games in Mexico tonight as well, including my Tijuana Xolos taking on Cruz Azul. They're an underdog, but watch out. Maybe tonight Tijuana can get points against Cruz Azul in Liga MX, whatever the case may be. I think I'll have a free package today. Didn't do anything in tennis, but man, I just saw an exciting match just a few minutes ago that ended between Xinyu Wang and Jilly T. And Xinyu Wang knocked off Jilly T in 3 sets in a match that took nearly 3 hours. I think it did take 3 hours there. And right now I'm watching a match here going on between Felix Auger Aliassime, FAA, and he's taking on me and you and Yunchaketi Boo, or we just call him Bert. But you know who I'm talking about. The Mongolian young star looks pretty good, man. Really just coming into the peak of his career, it seems like. But right now, FAA won the first set. So, and also, I think later in the show, or maybe right now, I can, Mikey put some pressure on me there with that winner yesterday. I'm going to come back with 3 plays in Euro baskets today. Maybe I can give those out right now for my man, because he listens to the show and then puts me on 3 times speed so he can take in the whole show. But maybe we can come in with some Euro baskets. If you guys got some, let me know. I'll wait and look and see in the chat. So I don't want to. Oh, there we go. I gotta ban these comments. There they are. Oh man, I want to read those, but shoot. Okay. Let's see. I have to delete them before I can read them because I don't want to. It's a little rude for you guys, but all right. Good morning to, let's see who else. Philly Eagle Flyer here as well. Jermaine will be here with me tomorrow. And let's see who else is here. Ronnie Young, hello. And he'll be here. All right. Glad somebody will be here there. Yeah, Thomas, it'll be 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 a.m. Pacific. Do I go to bed now? Do I rest now? I don't know. Gerardo, ready to go maybe here. Robert, hey, Robert, nothing wrong with a little good sports washing, right? Steve's, we got Steve here. There's actually 3 shirts, Steve. Yesterday I wore the blue, the day before I wore the gray. It just looks the same because we got the same logo. So got one of those trolls in there, but yeah, I think I'll just dump him too. I don't think he watches the show really anyways. Some people don't even have a clue what's going on with they're not paying attention. I got 3 of these shirts. All right. I can, go through them here. I got blue, I got gray, and I got black. And if Mike wants to send me some more, then maybe, I won't have to repeat them there. But I don't think there are any spots on them or anything. So, all right, Tyrone, thank you today for being here. And let's see what else. Our Tomps is here today. Also, let's see here. I think we got some plays here from Philly Eagle Flyer and some of the other action today. And let's see what else. Yeah, Tom, right? So I do like to wear like the old, so you think of the greats, right? Come on. When we think of the greats and they wear the same stuff every day, you think of who we got. Okay, you got Fred Flintstone wore the same thing. Santa Claus, right? I guess the president probably wears, looks like he wears the same thing every day too. So why can't I wear my Sports Money shirts? I'm on the Sports Money Network here. So, all right. Who else? Who else? And I want to thank you guys for coming in. James Parm as well. And Fernando says Tijuana at home is tough. Fernando and I, we're going to go to a game at the Estadio Caliente together one day, and we're going to drink, some beer with the, with the rims, right? That's what you do in TJ, and we'll sit in Fernando. If you've ever been, this is I've been to I went to Tijuana games before they were in League MX, before they were trying to, when they were working their way up. That's how long I've been following this team. And of course they've won 1 championship, but you got to sit. You could type this into the YouTube chat to see they've got a little fan section called La Massacre. And that's where if you sit there, they actually had to like tame them a little bit. When they score, they'd rush down, almost create a human crush. But La Massacre is the fan group there for Tijuana. All right. Let's see here what it might be it. Rob Reeder here as well. Tyrone's ready. There they are. That's what I'm talking about, Fernando. You and me, we're gonna be drinking some down there in Tijuana. Wouldn't that be something? And maybe Fernando and I will have some uh, viral video. We'll video us doing it, toasting the beers there. All right. Anyways, please check me out over at winnable.com. There's a free subscription as well. So when you go over to that Winnable page, you can subscribe for free and get some more picks. And then maybe some of these guys can even get a life and make a little money. Those are people who, what can you say? Those are, they're not good sports bettors. They just don't have any perception of even how to pick sports bets. Johnny Cash, the Man in Black, of course. Amazing. I was a Johnny Cash fan back in the day with some of the old songs. Because you're mine, I walk the line. But I thought when he kind of came with the some of the he just had that album before he passed, right? And he did what was the oh God, what was that? I love Ring of Fire and all that, but man, he did who did he do that? Oh God, it was so good. What was that song that he did basically a song where he put his own spin. Of course, I mean he was in his 80s at the time, but he put his own spin on some old rock and roll tunes. And oh, I really loved that one. Was it 9 Inch Nails or oh God, you guys help me on that. Thank you, Chris. You were thinking right that was so good. What I mean, and you could have said that maybe he was forcing it a little bit, but I watched a little biography on that, or a little biopic on YouTube about the creation of that album, and I will make you hurt. Oh man, that was good. That was good, man. That was really good. That just shows the talent of a elite performer. All right, I think that'll kind of wrap it up here. Oh, golf, we're live in golf for sure. Hopefully, you picked up the plays there yesterday. I saw a few new subscribers. I guess all of you are already lined up with me and subscribing already, but uh, we did have uh, uh, golf picks here, and well, we're alive. We've got two of our plays in the top 10 or so right now, including our 100-to-1 shot and Eric Cole. He's definitely up there right now, just 2 strokes back in 8th place. We got Patrick Cantley. He also shot a 66 yesterday, 2 shots within leader Russell Henley. He had 9 birdies there in the first round as I was watching the coverage. Justin Rose, Victor Hovland, they're in a 6-way tie at 7 under. Rory's in that group at 6 under. He had an ace yesterday. There were a couple of hole-in-ones there yesterday. And, well, we got, of course, we talked about that bummer news with the skaters. We saw Nancy Kerrigan. I don't want to tease a terrible moment, but she was weeping a little bit there with her press conference as representing the Boston Skating Club. It did do a little flashback to when she was interviewed after her attack many, many years ago. But also, I want to mention, you guys, as a figure skating fan that I am, Dick Button passed away at the age of 95. Now, I didn't see Dick Button skate other than when they'd show him on, old videos, but he was actually the first and foremost analyst of figure skating, and certainly was a big representative of the sport. Nowadays you've got Johnny and Tara. That's my team right there. If you guys aren't Johnny and Tara fans, well then maybe you're all about the DEI and stuff. I don't know. I love Johnny and Tara analyzing the figure skating. Hello to Andrew. Let's get rolling with the show today. Because, like I said, I think we can knock this one out if I stop talking here and get on with the show. And boom, stock market goes down to open, it looks like, here a little bit. All right. Jermaine will be back when we get to the college basketball here on a Friday. All right, let's get rolling here and see if you guys are ready to go. Oh, Spoon's here. I missed it. Sorry, Spoon. Let me get your plays in there with Brown, with St. Peter's, and with Kent. Oh, let me give my plays. Let me give my. Nobody had any Euro baskets. Let me get my sheet here. Because I do have uh, a few plays here today. Let me go in time order here. Make sure I get these for Mikey. Look, I won one here. You know, we've had a couple here and there throughout the season, but today was a pretty light card. So I went ahead after winning one yesterday, and I want to get some more plays out there for the action today. So let me get what I got here. And I'm starting here with Fenerbahce over Bologna on that first game at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. I'm going to lay 9.5 points with Fenerbahce here today. And kind of wanted, let's see here, uh, find my place a little bit. And also, I'm going to roll with Monaco in their matchup against Real Madrid. Actually, Real Madrid's moved back to a favorite here at Bet Online. I want Monaco here. Uh, I'll say Monaco -1. They might be the line might be moving here to Real Madrid as the favorite, but I'll take Fenerbahce and Monaco, and I'll just roll a little two-teamer there. How's that? We won't get too crazy just yet. Let's try to show the boss that we got some good picks. All right, I do have a little bit of steam to report here coming in right now. And the NHL with the favorite team of the Sharps right now, Nashville. Nashville is taking the steam here this morning against Buffalo tonight on the road. Of course, they're the worst road team in the league, but the Sharps can't stop betting them, and they are minus $1.35 here right now in that one with Nashville taking the steam here on the road. Jermaine with his props before he goes and charges his phone. He wanted to get this one out just in case. I think we'll be here 90 minutes or so, Jermaine, today. All right. So I'll just roll with those two plays there. I still may come with a couple of plays on winnable. We'll see on the free picks because, like I said, the card wasn't long, didn't take me long. Maybe I'm resting up on my sleep to get ready for the action on Saturday for my special start time. Yep, Andrew said it right there. Going to be good UFC in the morning, right? Not at night. Okay, let's go, you guys, and let's get started with the show here right now. And we've got the Clippers. We've got the Clippers on the road against the Hornets here in this one. Double-digit favorites right now for the Clippers as the Hornets certainly without a LaMelo Ball. Maybe the Clippers are starting to get maybe a little too much respect. But look who else is out for the Hornets. Mark Williams is out for the Hornets. Cody Martin is out of this game as well as Ball. So definitely up against it here right now, the Hornets in this one tonight. That's why they're going to be getting 14 points at home. Cam Christie out for the Clippers. Chris Dunn's out as well, but still a 14-point favorite here. That doesn't sound that great anyway, but the Hornets are going to be in a little bit of trouble here tonight. So let's see what you have. Let's look at some trends here, maybe with the game, and see what you want to do in this one with the Clippers at the Hornets here tonight. And I'll go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one tonight. But Charlotte, they've lost 12 straight games against the Los Angeles Clippers. Doesn't matter home or away. That's 6 straight years of losing to this club. Now, you got a big 2-touchdown spread here pretty much today. So maybe that could keep you interested in the Hornets here. Charlotte, though, not a terrible situation necessarily, but let's see here. I don't know if I'm trying to sell them. I'm trying to get some numbers here, maybe that can support Charlotte here in this one. Look, it's hard to with this lineup that they're going to be throwing out there tonight to think that they might be able to do it here in this one. But uh, this Charlotte's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. They've also gone under in 5 straight games in a row. So let's see how they play it. They lost to Brooklyn last time out by 21 points at home. So things are going a little south when you're losing to the Nets by 21 points at home. They also lost to the Lakers at home. They did push in that one, 112 to 107. They did beat up on New Orleans before that, but New Orleans, remember, had the injury woes in that game. For the Clippers, they are coming in off of a win at San Antonio a couple of nights ago. The Clippers are 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games. We've had a pretty good run, haven't we, with the Clippers, it feels like. So they should be able to roll this Charlotte team here. And I think the odds makers are starting to adjust or starting to catch up with the Clippers a little bit. I've been, a pretty big supporter of the Clippers this season. They are 17-6 against the spread as a favorite. Now, even though Charlotte's in a little bit of a predicament here, they are 21-14 against the spread as an underdog. So let's see what you guys might want to do here in this one with the Clippers taking on the Hornets. Not only the Clippers 8-2 in their last 10 games, 10-3 against the spread in their last 13, and like I said, they've dominated Charlotte. Not always a cover against Charlotte, but not the 12 straight losses. It actually goes on way beyond that. 24 of the last 26 meetings have been won by the Clippers over the Hornets. I remember one game. I went to a Hornets game against the Clippers. Man, I've been to a lot of games, but I just remember this one because I watched Baron Davis absolutely like. Remember, he was a former Clipper. He came back with Charlotte and lit up the Clippers, and I had a seat right behind the basket, man. And I swear, Baron Davis, he was lighted up on that night. Let's go to the chat here in this one. Wasn't hard to get a Clipper, not like they're in their arena now. I could never say I was in the Balmer seats on that night, but that was back at the old LA Sports Arena. That's how long ago it was. So the tickets weren't quite as expensive back then. All right, let's see here. Thomas is on the Clippers here in this one. Robert knows what's coming tonight. Robert knows what's coming in the premiums. Our Toms knows what's coming in the premiums. How many times, you guys, have I hope I'm not boring you with those Clippers unders that we win quite frequently in the premium picks. Look, if you think the Clippers go under, how about the Hornets? They're under 5-18 to the under at home, 12-26 to the under as an underdog. So 212 looks like it could be in the 190s here tonight. I don't know. And let's see, Thomas says the big spreads, if they are big spreads, they probably are going to cover. It's kind of interesting, right? Thomas says it's a consensus play here with the Clippers. So I'll ride with you guys if you don't mind. I need some premiums tonight. Usually I'd pivot here. You already know what I'm on, but got to build up, got to keep this streak going, I think, in the premiums. Maybe, you guys like the under too. So maybe I won't put it in there. And you guys already have it. Some of my favorites already have it here. Nasty Love Baron. And man, he was hot that night, Nasty Nate. He was, I don't know if he could miss. All right. Andrew's already going to the under. And Robert likes cash, Clippers, maybe because they're, look, I'm a Lakers fan too. I know it's hard, not rooting for two teams. I'm a sports bettor, man. I like several teams all the time, right? So I got my favorites and I got some of my all-time favorites. Clippers used to be in San Diego. I guess they are still my favorite team. As painful as that sounds, you guys, because you got one of the most woeful franchises. But again, I'm so happy to have Ballmer owning this team, building that arena, getting rid of. Uh, if you had one DEI owner in the past, right? It was that goofball. And anybody, did you guys ever see that movie or that series or there that they made about uh, Donald Sterling and his mistress and his wife and all that? And what a moron! But thank God well, I won't say it like that, but uh, glad Ballmer's there owning the team now. All right. I think that's it. I'm going to take the Clippers with you guys, enjoying the team steam consensus here today. Lay 14 points with the Clips on the road. That's going to be a tough number to get against anybody. I think the Clippers aren't necessarily a team that they should roll them tonight. All right, let's just move on. Not a great game, but we don't have a lot of games today. So let's move on here to the Mavericks and the Pistons here. In this one, you've got Dallas on the road. They are an underdog here to the Pistons today. The total here about 229.5 in this one. Pistons right now, maybe it's a pick 'em here right now. Maybe a little bit of a move to Dallas this morning. Didn't mention that the widely reported. I will report it now on that first game. I shouldn't have skipped it, but the widely reported steam did come in on the under in that game, and in this game, the steam came in on Detroit. But right now, I've got to show it as a pick 'em here at this point. So if anything, there's been a little buyback here, and the total is currently 229.5 for the most part. The steam came in on the under in this one as well. So steam on the Pistons, steam on the under here. It was 231, but now we're down to 229. So let's take a look at some of the numbers in this one and get your opinions here with Dallas on the road against Detroit here. Hey, we did see Cade Cunningham make the all-star team as a reserve after all, even if he didn't get in there as a starter. But this has been for Detroit and Dallas here. Let's take a look. All right. Dallas has failed to cover in 7 straight games when coming off of a win here, but I'll still move to a pick 'em here right now. We know Dallas has had their share of injury woes as well, but they're a little bit healthier in this game. Powell is out. Kleber is still out. Lively is out. We know Luka's been out as well. So there are some, but I don't know if there's anything we didn't know or no changes anyway to the status of a few of those players. Now, Detroit has lost 3 games in a row here right now, but this does kind of feel like the right scenario maybe for Detroit, in my opinion. Dallas has won 2 straight over New Orleans. There was a push. They were a 1 point favorite in that one, and they won 137 to 136. And also, they beat Washington by 22 points as a 13-point favorite. Detroit, those 3 losses, they failed to cover the spread against the Pacers, the Cavaliers, and the Magic. So, those were decent opponents, I'd say, right now. These 2 teams are not overwhelming against the spread so far this season. Detroit just 8-13 against the spread at home, but Dallas is probably just a 500 team mostly against the spread. Let me put the line back up there, you guys. There we go. Yeah, pick them and 229 there right now. So go ahead in the chat. Let's see what you guys have in this one. Dallas has gone over in 5 straight games right now. I think that was after 5 straight unders in a row. Kind of coincides with Luka's. Well, he's been out, I think, a few more games than that, right? But still, it does seem like has coincided a little bit with Luka's presence. We know Luka's one of those directors, right? When he has the ball and he's pointing around, telling everybody where to go. Dallas is 15-9 to the over on the road. They're 14-10 to the over as a dog. So overall, this series also 5 straight meetings between these 2 teams have gone over here in Detroit. So each game the last 5 years has been an over when the teams have met in Detroit. Let's see what you have now in the chat and take a look with let's see. Oh, AOD there. I saw AOD. I think where did I see you? Were you in the kick chat yesterday, AOD? Oh boy. Or he was in some show chat I was seeing yesterday, I thought. Art Tomps does like the under here in this one. Fernando's on the over. Peasy likes that Fenerbahce play today. And I'm actually thinking about saving my 2 plays on the totals for the Winnable app. So maybe I'll have those. Detroit money line and over here. It's about a pick 'em. So that's basically Detroit and over here for Thomas. Robert's on the over as well. I'm going with the over in this one with Dallas and Detroit. I got to do it here. And I think that's it from you guys in the chat. So we'll move on to the next one with that old rivalry between the Nuggets. Why were they talking about the rivalry with the? Were they joking? Were they? Somebody was saying that there's a rivalry. Was it you? I don't want to say the wrong thing if it was one of you guys that was saying that there's a rivalry or something. Maybe because of the big men and their MVP rivalry, but we still know Joel Embiid, so won't necessarily be the case today in this one. And not only that, still got these problems for the 76ers coming in with Drummond out, Martin out, Paul George out still, no doubt about it. Kankar out for the Nuggets here still. So see what they're going to do today when Denver takes on Philadelphia tonight. Philadelphia, no Embiid, no problem, as Philadelphia has won 4 straight games now coming into this one, while Denver comes in on the 3-game losing streak here. They lost to the Knicks, they lost to Chicago, and they lost to Minnesota, and their defense has basically gone out the window here, it feels like, of late. So a little bit of a slump here for Denver after they definitely, were hot there for a while, but maybe because they're on the road a little bit is probably the issue here. They've hit the road, they're not playing that well on the road. Meanwhile, the 4 straight wins for Philadelphia, and they've been covering like nobody's business. So it really doesn't matter here with the injuries. Almost it feels like they played pretty well here without some of these guys. Now maybe look, they just beat the Lakers. We saw what happened, right? Once AD went down, that was 2 games ago. They, of course, beat Sacramento the next night, but they were able to take advantage of that situation there against the Lakers, certainly. But man, they've also beat Chicago. They beat Cleveland during this 4-game winning streak. It's Denver, though, still the better spread team long term this season. Denver 22-12 as a favorite. Philadelphia 7-22 as an underdog, but this one feels a little weird. Let's get your opinion here on this one. Denver has won 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams, but the 76ers have covered 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams overall. Philly has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games at home. Denver's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games overall. And like I said, the defense totally out the window here, it feels like right now for the Nuggets on the road. So let's see what you guys have here in the chat tonight when Denver takes on Philadelphia. Go into the chat right now and see what you got. Good morning to Gravy here today. Good to always see Gravy in there. And let's see here. Thomas is going to start it off. He says, still can take Philadelphia here. Denver's a little broken right now on the road. Matt D says Embiid. Well, we know he's missed more games than that, but still no matchup with the Joker. And Fernando here. I think he likes the over in this one. You gotta like the over, don't you? A little bit. Our Tomps likes the over, and I could just rely on you guys for my premiums here, no doubt. And Peaceful Looter doesn't really like it. It looks like too much here for Peaceful Looter. I'm not sure what the pick is, but appreciate him always. And Robert on the over as well. And Yulin Cueto. Good morning, Yulin. Thank you for being here. All right. And yeah, I'll try Philly again. Why not? Denver, look, they can still win this game, and that's all they got to do is find a way to win. But again, look, Denver started to kick butt a little bit right after the slow start, and I said they paced themselves. I think here again, this is a game where, yeah, maybe it could be a struggle to win. Maybe those big guys are out for Philly. Maybe Denver can get the win, but to cover double digits here when they're not really looking that sharp on the road, I mean, this one, feels like 132 to 125 or something like that, doesn't it? I'll take the Sixers here on the show to get that cover here tonight. The Bulls are going to take on the Raptors in Toronto tonight. Toronto, a 4-point favorite here, and the total is 232 right now. So let's clean that up a little bit. I didn't say the steam did come in on that Nuggets game. It opened 231 down to 233. I keep forgetting to tell us about the steam, but in this one too, it was a move to the over. But right now that 233 is actually kind of gone. Maybe it's 232 or 232 and a half right now with the Bulls and the Raptors here today. The Bulls also took some steam off that 4.5 down to 4. Coming into this one. In fact, I'm showing some books, maybe even showing a 3.5 here right now at the Stations Casino here in Las Vegas. So see what you guys want to do in this one. Chicago taking on Toronto here tonight. Toronto has covered 5 straight games. They're on a roll here. They've won 5 in a row, 7 of their last 8 right now. This is as good as it's been right now for Toronto. They're getting a little bit of momentum despite this bad record this year. This is as good as it gets for Toronto this season. They've been covering like nobody's business. They're 7-1 against the 7-1 straight up and against the spread in their last 8, 5-0 straight up and against the spread in their last 5 games overall. Meanwhile, Chicago just 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 games. They've lost 8 of their last 10 overall. Toronto was already a good spread team when they were losing, right? So if anything, they've been underrated most of the season. They're 28-17 against the spread, 16-7 against the spread at home. Meanwhile, the Bulls, they've been, they were maybe 50-50, and now they're sub 500 against the spread for sure with this little tailspin. Chicago's gone under in 12 of their last 17 games overall coming in, and under in 15 of their last 21. Toronto's gone under in 4 of their last 5 and 6 of their last 8 coming into this one. So what are you going to do here? 13 of the last 18 between these two have gone over when playing here in Toronto. And of course, they do meet 4 times a year. So, more than that, right? Toronto, here, let's see. Also, Chicago under in 6 of their last 7 on the road coming in. So, see what you guys want to do here in this one. Toronto is 19-15 to the over as a dog as well, but I don't know if that's going to sway me here out of that. Also, Toronto has also covered the spread in 8 of their last 9 games against sub 500 teams. So a lot going the Raptors' way, it feels like, in this one. Let's go to the chat and see if they like this game between the Bulls and the Raptors. You might as well. It is, after all, closely rated. Thomas likes Toronto. Robert's going to stay with the Bulls here. Bo's here today. Says we the North. Maybe he likes Toronto. Thank you, Gravy, for joining the Sports Money Network. Appreciate your support of the channel here. I could tell you this. I don't know if Mikey is pretty generous. I didn't have to pay for these 3 shirts, if you know what I mean. But I think your support may go a ways to getting getting me some threads here, right? And my sports money hoodie. Now that thing does not get washed. Okay, sports money hoodie. I might wear the shirts, twice before they get washed. But the sports money hoodie, I don't think I washed that thing yet. All right. Fernando's on the under. Curtis is on the Bulls. So a little bit of split there in the chat for sure. I'm going to take the under here with Fernando in this one. And look, I recited a bunch of numbers there. It kind of point to that under, it feels like right now. And yeah, Steam came in on the over, and the Bulls, they can get wrapped up in some over games, it feels like, but just feels like right now that with Chicago on the road, the scoring is not as heavy. And with this high total today, I'm going to have to take the under in this one. All right, next up. Well, the Bucks are going to take on the Spurs in a matchup of big men here in this one. The Bucks on the road by 2.5. The total 234 here tonight. Spurs have lost 2 straight. We saw hey, good on Wemby, right? I don't know what was going on or what the lead up to the incident was in that last game. We saw Wemby kind of mixing it up there, getting a little bit of a pushing and shoving there a little bit, right? But guy took it was a cheap shot, it looked like, and Wemby wanted to get a little piece of him there, so he got a little fired up. Spurs are having some struggles here. They're no doubt right now, having lost 2 straight. And I guess 4 of their last 5 right now. I think we can even go a little bit deeper than that. So a little bit of a tough run here right now for San Antonio. But this has always been a pretty good matchup for the Spurs. San Antonio's covered 10 of the last 13 games between these two teams, but unfortunately, San Antonio's just 3-10 against the spread in their last 13 games overall. Meanwhile, Milwaukee comes in having won 9 of their last
final
12 games coming into this one. So I just saw my man young Chickadee Boo. Bert lost to FAA 6-3, 6-4. Just a final here. We got more tennis action coming up. I'm looking forward to a little tennis this morning. Not too many matches, but all right. See what you guys want to do here with the Spurs taking on Milwaukee. Milwaukee's off that loss to Portland. Just they've had some time off here though coming in. That was 125, 112. They lost that game. I think we're on Portland on that one. San Antonio, just like I said, a little bit of a slump here right now for sure coming into this one. But again, this has been a good series overall for San Antonio. So can they snap out of it here against this team, getting a couple of points at home? 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. San Antonio, however, has gone over in 5 straight games. Milwaukee's gone over in 6 of their last 7 on the road, 8 of their last 10 overall to the over as well. I'd say these two teams are slightly trending to the over this season. The widely reported Steam came in on the over here as well. So I kind of like these totals today. Let's take a look at the chat, see what you guys have here in this one with the Bucks taking on the Spurs here. San Antonio over in 7 straight right now. Fernando likes the under, however. Curtis here says, I think, oh, that was the Bulls game there. I think we saw that. Justin's here. He says, sports money is money. That's what my hoodie says. Justin here has a little prop with Giannis. Fernando says Wemby comes in motivated here in this one, right? I think if anything, you do have Giannis probable here. He is bothered by his chronic knee problems. I won't say problems, chronic knee soreness, if you know what I mean. Green is questionable. here in this one, and Bobby Portis is out for the Bucks tonight. Middleton is probable. So a little bit of notes there for the Bucks coming in. Fernando leaning to the over, and Doge, I think he's welcoming Justin. Stack, 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 stack. I got my stack, stack, stacks. I think they're all ones right now. You know, making it rain. All right. See what I'm gonna do here. I think you guys are. Oh no, we got a couple more here. I'm sorry. I think Robert might like his Bucks here in this one today, and Art Tom says this is a chance for the Spurs to kind of get right here. It feels like in this one. I'm actually going to go to the market action here real quick, and I try not to bore. I don't want to say bore. I know a lot of people like reciting those, and I do throw it in once in a while, but to me, it's more of a personal interpretation when I look at the market action. Again, there's so many discrepancies sometimes in ticket count and money. Really, just more just look at the line movement. But for me, like I said, I'm all about the ticket count. I'm not worried about the volume necessarily, right? Because one man's pittance is another man's fortune, right? My $100 bet might be as just as impactful as in my life as, of course, Redbeard's $1,000 bets. Hey, there he is now. You see Redbeard. He's ringing the. I fell into a burning ring of fire, down, down, down the flames and higher. That burn the ring of fire, the ring of fire. But I did love that. I will make you hurt. When I first heard that, I was floored. All right, let's see here. Peaceful Looter under there, and that I'll take under. I think that was the. Oh boy, Justin did come in with Real Madrid. Oh no, did he miss the beginning of the show? Justin and I are heads up in the Euro League game today because I've got Monaco and he's got Real Madrid. Oh no! Well, I already made my call, so. Okay, I better make my call here on this one. I'm going to try the Spurs here tonight. Maybe those injuries will catch up. There's definitely a slump right now, and the Spurs need to turn around. I lost with them last time, and I did. To me, it almost the market action is kind of telling me Milwaukee, actually, but I'm going to go with the Spurs tonight again. It's just my free pick. I say just. I just recited a bunch of wins here. My NBA's hot. I'm definitely hot in the NBA. Trying to run those numbers a little bit, try to keep score. They said, Ramon, you don't show us the records. All right. A couple more here in the NBA. We're having a good time this morning on a Friday. How about the Celtics? Nate. Do I have to recite the statistics again here? This is not the spot. This is where the Celtics go awry right now. Now, I love the work that Nate does for me. I'm so appreciative. They're keeping things going in the chat. But here it is again. Boston 1-17 against the spread. It just keeps going on. I don't know when it's going to end. But we'll take the money each and every time here. And look, I haven't been even given. I just read the stat and then I go with it in the premiums, right? You wonder how we're having this decent run in the NBA. It's situations. Some of these teams right now are becoming so. Not just the Celtics. There's a few spots. I think the subscribers know too where we go to the well. Look. Like I said, we're joking, right, Bobby Mack? It's not boring when you're winning, but you just go to what works. And even for me, I have to do it. So, anyways, I'll probably look at the total here, if you know what I mean. It's been now 1-17 in the last 18 games against the spread for the Boston Celtics. And I think Nate knows, look, win, loss. Come on, Boston. New Orleans has lost 4 straight games coming in, so it might be a little bit tougher here with the Pels. They did push that game against the Mavs, remember, but they did lose a couple of nights ago, and they lost to Toronto, got blowed out. Charlotte got blowed out by Charlotte, got blowed out by Memphis as well, and they didn't cover against Memphis when they got a win. So got two teams that are definitely money burners this season. Who likes it when I say money burners in the chat? Is it Justin that who laughs when I say that? Thomas probably. I think he likes when I say they're burning the money. Maybe they're burning it in a ring of fire. So, all right, let's see here what you guys have though in this one. Look, Boston 19-27 against the spread this season. New Orleans is 19-28 against the spread. Boston 19-26 against the spread as a favorite. New Orleans 14-20 against the spread as an underdog. So, a little bit clunky here. These two teams, not anything special as far as making money. Now, Boston has beaten New Orleans in 7 straight meetings coming into this one, but still got to lay 10.5 points here today. And I say 11 here right now, and the total 231.5. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game. I think we're seeing some overs from New Orleans for sure. They continue to have big time overs. Now, there is a little bit of contrast when it comes to these two teams over under wise. But New Orleans has gone over in 9 of their last 11 games at home. They're 7-3 to the over in their last 10, 16-8 to the over at home. But Boston is 17-16 to the under on the road. So maybe a little bit of contradiction there, a little bit. And let's go to maybe the chat, see what you guys want to do here. I think for the last 5 meetings between these two teams here in New Orleans have gone under. Let's see what you guys want in this one. And I don't know how you do it, Nate. I know you got all those props, but same thing. I mean, there's no doubt you've got to be a loser in this, on the side anyway. On these, I understand you're smashing these Celtics in the second quarter and all their props, but how can you really? I mean, this team is not good against the spread. So I understand. I love man. Hey, maybe they'll win it all. Maybe they'll win it all. I'll be rooting for you. All right. Peaceful Looter was talking North Stars hockey. I love that. I love that. Here's New Orleans for Thomas. And I know what I want to say. What was it? I think I lost a game the other night with the North Star, with the Wild. I'm trying to remember now, Peaceful Looter. And I said I was going to say it on the show, and I forgot. I think there was a game. I want to remember if they lost a game. Maybe this is what you're talking about and remind me. But I think they wore the North Stars jerseys a couple of nights ago, and they're actually very cool now, right? Kind of retro. They were kind of, they were a little bit too green, with all due respect of the Celtics, but I was like, if I would have known that the Wild were going to wear their North Stars jerseys, I wouldn't have bet on them. Nasty Nate says KP over. We know KP has been cracking up for sure, though. There's no doubt about that. Justin likes the over here in this one. Hello to Old E. Says hello to Team Steam here today. And Robert likes the over as well. And Peasy does like Monaco there. And look at this. I mean, Peasy, I'm sitting here, these are like boutique plays for me. And Peasy just a true EuroLeague. And we've seen Peasy come in all year. I'm just trying to keep up with Peasy a little bit and make some picks. I mean, this is something special there. So he's giving us the revenge spots. He's giving us the milestones. My goodness, Peasy. You are totally underrated, my man. You are totally underrated. And as always, thank you for my song. I love to hear it every day. And all right, thank you to Terrell here as well in this one. I got to go with the over here with Boston and New Orleans tonight. I'm going over. Yeah, the series goes under a little bit. These teams, Boston's a big time under on the road, but I'm going to go over here with Boston and New Orleans. The steam came in on the over. I'll take the over here. One more tonight in the NBA. Let's see, dare I say, all of a sudden, right? The hot Warriors, they've won two in a row. Pretty good for them, I guess, here at this point, the way they've had some struggles for sure, but they're taking on the Suns, and we know the Suns. Now, the Suns also have been kind of coming back here of late, but we did have Minnesota the other night in that game against the Suns. Suns still pretty woeful, 8-19 against the spread on the road. The Warriors are in the role where 11-9 as a dog. Are they still a dog? I really should just look at the straight up records in this one because it's almost a pick 'em here right now. And you'd have the Warriors 14-12 straight up at home. Phoenix 9-13 straight up on the road. So now the Warriors are a better team as a favorite, and the Suns are better team as a favorite. But again, this one's a little bit weird because it is so close to a pick 'em here. The total is 228.5 on some widely reported steam that came in on the over in this game between these two. So let's see what you're going to do here in this one tonight with the Suns taking on the Warriors. Division matchup here in this one. Draymond still going to be out in this one tonight. Well, dare I say, maybe without Draymond, they've been playing a little bit better here of late. They've been covering some games, no doubt about it. So, all right, let's kind of get the comments going here. They're showing the Flurry highlights. Shame on me for not talking about him here last night with that shutout effort. Certainly, I'm not saying that was why I picked the Wild in that game, but he should have been mentioned here. The way I like to talk about some of these, some of the non-betting things, right? The Warriors have won 20 of the last 25 meetings between these two teams when they're at home. That one dates back to both arenas here, it feels like right now. But Phoenix has covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. The teams have already met twice this season. The Warriors won at home 109-105, while Phoenix won at home 113-105. Warriors have covered 4 of their last 5. Phoenix has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. And man, it does seem like these Phoenix games have had a pretty strong trend to the under for sure of late. Now they are 13-9 to the over on the road, and the Warriors are 9-12 to the under as a dog. And let's see what you guys have in this one. This is kind of a home-dominated series, it kind of feels like right now between these two teams. And go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one tonight when Phoenix takes on Golden State. Not only has it gone kind of a short-term under, but it's a long-term under with these two teams as well. 16 of the last 22 meetings between the two teams have gone under. But Warriors are trending up just a little bit here of late. Go to the chat here right now as we're getting some market to recover here. All right. Here we go. We're going to start with Thomas. He's got the Warriors here in this one. And Justin says he took the Suns last night in this one. Terrell's going with Phoenix. And Justin has some props here in this one. All right, appreciate that. I'm going to look at them. I like both the side and the total kind of even. I think one of them is going to be it feels like one of them is going to be a premium, and one of them is going to be, and one of them is going to be the side here. It feels like in this one. So I'm going to take the Warriors here at home to win tonight against the Suns. That'll be my pick. And I think we'll probably go with the total as a premium tonight. All right, it's going to do it unless you guys have any more pick on the basketball. Let's go to the ice tonight for 4 games. Here we're cruising along, singing a song. And let's go to the NHL. And we talked about the steam already that came in on the Nashville Predators. Have they just steamed every game that we've been on the air here? It feels like with Nashville over the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. The Sharps can't get off this team right now. Now they have lost 2 in a row, but they were hot there for a while. The Sharps were cashing, but they did lose to Vank the other night. They also lost to Anaheim here recently. Buffalo beat Boston 7-2 a couple of nights ago, and well, we had them here on the show in that one with no, we had Boston in that game, fading Buffalo there a little bit, but still Nashville, even though they've been a little bit hot, they're still the worst road team in the league. They're costing you more than half of a unit every time out on the road. But Buffalo, they're one of the worst home teams right now. Currently, they're costing you almost more than 30 cents on the dollar, about 30 cents on the dollar every night right now at home. They're not a great home team. They're overrated at home here, it feels like right now. These two teams have not met yet this season, but Nashville has won 3 straight meetings between the two clubs. So let's see what you want to do here. Nashville took that steam. I should update it to $1.35 here right now. And the total here is 6.5. I'm going to call it 6.5 flat. I think it's juiced at some book. The sharp books are at 6.5 flat. Most of the other books are 6.5 shaded to the under here right now. Buffalo at home has been a massive over this season, 17-5-2 to the over, but Nashville's 9-16 to the under on the road. So, well, let's see what you might do in this one with Nashville. Here, let me take a look at the goalie situation tonight. Oh, where's my graphic? There we go. With Uswe Saros on the road here, $1.35 in this one. And for Pekka Luukkonen here, let me see. That's neither goalie. I don't think we have any confirmed goalies here just yet, so we'll see. But both guys hovering around a 3 goals against. Saros 2.86 goals against and an 11-20 record. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, Luukkonen 15-15 with a 2.99 goals against here this season. Nashville has won 10 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams in Buffalo, but Buffalo's covered the puck line in 12 of the last 16 meetings overall between the two clubs. Buffalo's gone over in 6 of their last 7 games at home, and Nashville's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games overall coming into this one. So could we see goals here tonight when Buffalo hosts Nashville? Buffalo is 10-19 straight up as an underdog. So, man, not the best of situations, but Nashville's such a money burner here, despite the recent surge back up the charts a little bit. Nashville has gone under in 6 straight games off of a home loss. Nashville just 6-15 on the road. On the money line. I need the chat in this one. Let's see what you got. Philly Eagle Flyers got the trifecta here on the over. That's the BTTS, he tells me, is that other one in there. R. Tomps likes the over here in this one. And Redbeard says, he kind of likes Buffalo here. I'm going to go with our Tomps. I'm going to go over here in this. This one's going to be 4-3 one way or another. It feels like tonight with these two teams. And maybe I might like Buffalo just because they are the underdog here tonight, right? In a game that could have some variance for sure. So we'll see. I don't even know if it's going to make the premium, but we've been doing okay in hockey. So I think that's it. Oh, from you guys in the chat. Not much on this one from you guys. Thomas says we only got one consensus play. Will the drawing be canceled? We got the Clippers. That's what we got. And still have 83 of you here right now between YouTube and X. I really didn't. I don't want to say it like this. I'm not saying I didn't respect the X viewers. I didn't respect the X viewer count. I didn't realize it, but you can look right on there and see how many are actually viewing the show. And I kind of forgot about that a little bit when you look at the overall views, because I would just look, and now I'm not going to add up those views. We're still on YouTube there, but and I think for me, the YouTube views are more than I'm looking at right now. They are more on YouTube than they are on X. But when we did that Champions League show, and I think when the word the description had Champions League in it, and when you did the organic search, I think people who type in their X search Champions League and they see that live stream, I think that's why we ended up with so many views on X on that Champions League stream the other night. Man, it got up to combined almost 400 views. So and thank you to you guys as well. Okay, we got another one here. It's going to be the Canucks taking on the Stars here in this one. This one kind of feels like the feature tonight a little bit with our 4-game card. So let's take a look at this one with Bank on the road taking on the Stars. The reason why I say that is because Vancouver's been such a strong road team this season. We know the Stars are pretty good and they're a pretty big favorite here, but no doubt Vancouver 14-7 on the road. Yeah, they got my man Thatcher Demko. Getting tired of everybody bagging on my man Demko, but yeah, he does have a 3.27 goals against average, but he'd been banged up a little bit, hadn't been in there all season. He's only played 12 games so far this season, so I would think he could improve on his numbers here. He's up against the Stars and Ottinger. Ottinger 24-11 with a 2.34 goals against average here in this one, but the Stars aren't perfect against the puck line, that's for sure. Vancouver 15-11 as a puck line dog. Dallas 19-23 as a puck line favorite coming into this one, and Dallas has failed to cover the puck line in 10 of the last 11 games between these two teams in Dallas. That's it. That's pretty good, right? The Canucks have covered 10 of the and they've been the dog, I'm pretty sure, every time. These two teams have not met yet this season. So let's see what you guys think will happen here when Vancouver takes on the Stars here tonight in Dallas. All right. Dallas has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games overall. Of course, we've always been hitting Dallas, it feels like, every time on that total, right? Dallas is 1-7-2 to the under in their last 10 games. They're 10-28 to the under as a favorite, 7-18 to the under at home. So big time trends, of course, with Dallas at home, including 4 of their last 5 games overall coming into this one. So we're looking for a consensus, but maybe the schedule is just not gonna prevent it from doing it. Also, Dallas has gone under in 9 of their last 11 games as a favorite. I'm going to the chat right now, and R. Tomps is on the Canucks here, and Bo Jackson says, "Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. Shine on, on, you crazy diamond. Oh, that's a diamond, not a star. How about Stars on the money line? Team total over 3.5, over 5.5 in the game. He likes the over here, does Philly Eagle Flyer. And I tried to sell you on this under. Now, books may be onto this Canucks team a little bit when it comes to the puck line. You got to lay a little bit of a pretty price here as I'm looking at uh, Towson just defeating Blinkova here just a few moments ago in some tennis action. And I also just saw Elise Mertens win again over Osorio. That was a loss. I took Osorio plus, I think, 5 games in that one, but can't win them all. I was hot until that one. All right. But, anyway, so maybe they're onto it a little bit. Still got to lay a little bit. Man, $1.75 for Vancouver. Either way, right? You're laying a $1.75 money line with the Stars. I don't know if I want to take them on the puck line here necessarily. This Vancouver team's so good on the road. Probably should take them on the money line, but with only 4 games, I want to win tonight. I'm going to take Vancouver on the puck line minus $1.75. What can you do? So $1.75 feels like one way or the other. So give me the Canucks here in this one. Plus 1.5. Actually, minus $1.80 at some of these square books right now. All right. Anything from you guys? Philly Eagle Flyer says maybe they'll get the puck line here. All right. Thomas says, should the Canucks change their name? No chance they should change their name. All right. I guess we'll go a couple more here in the NHL tonight. Looking for some plays from you guys. We need some consensus. Let's take a look at this one. With the Blue Jackets taking on Utah tonight in this one. Check these goalies out here. I'm showing Tarasov right now as a prospective keeper here in this one. Vejmelka is confirmed in goal for Utah tonight. He's 11-14 with a 2.47 goals against. Utah's lost 3 straight games coming into this one, but Vejmelka is going to be in there as 89% save percentage this season. 89% save percentage in that loss to Ottawa. Of course, he's stronger than that. 91% save percentage for Vejmelka. He's 11-14-3 overall, but a 3-game losing streak right now for Utah coming in, including losses to Pittsburgh, Ottawa, and Winnipeg. Meanwhile, Columbus is coming in with a 2-game winning streak, including that upset over the Vegas Golden Knights last night. There we did have that under as our premium pick here yesterday. So let's take a look with you guys in this one tonight with Columbus at Utah here in this one. Look at that price though on Utah. Are you guys being serious right now? Come on. Utah's 4-13 in their last 17 games at home right now. Now, certainly Columbus is a lot of and I think who else was on Columbus last night? Did Mikey, I don't know but look, Columbus they're great at home. They're not so great on the road. Although, like I said, they got the victory last night. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. They're pretty hot, actually, right now. And this price just looks outrageous, though, with Utah, doesn't it? Especially the way Columbus is playing here right now. Man, it does feel like it's a little bit stiff there with Utah at $1.80, $1.90 here at this point. $2.15 at some of the sharp books. Oh, I can't do it, man. Come on. I've got to take Columbus again. I'm not even going to go into the stats. I'm just taking Columbus. Jeez, $2.15. Well, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe these injuries that Columbus has right now, they definitely have, a multitude of long-term injuries. Nothing here short-term, it feels like, really, but And, Vezemilka, certainly probably the better keeper in the situation tonight if it is Tarasov. But gosh, I don't know. I'll review a few trends here, I guess, see if we can uncover something. But uh, Columbus has failed on the puck line in 12 straight games on the back to back. So it's not really a great situation. And I'm backing them here on that puck line. They're 0 and 12. So maybe I'm the fool here. Maybe that's what's built into the line necessarily. So we'll see on that one. They've lost all 12 games on the back to back too, but they are playing some of their best hockey of the season right now. Come on, they just beat Vegas and LA. They have a win over Toronto recently as well. So Utah doesn't have that big scoring punch like some of the teams they've lost to, and Utah has this losing streak coming in. Now, Columbus is 23 and 17 to the over on the road as an underdog, and Utah is 12 and 6 to the over as a favorite here. But let's see what you guys have here in this one, maybe. Uh, Columbus has gone under in 8 of their last 9 games overall. Is that right? I want to look at. Yep, sure enough, right? 3-goal game with the Golden Knights, 5 with LA. Now the Carolina game they lost on the road 7-4, but that was Carolina. Toronto game, it was a 6.5, 5-1 win. The Islanders game 3-1. All right, let's see what you guys have here with Columbus and Utah. Going to start it off here with, I think Philly Eagle Flyer likes the over here. It must not be this game. I think he's talking about the Vancouver game. And let's see. Nutflesh says, "Do I have William?" I don't have William Hill. It feels like the only one I've got. I've got Circa. I've got South Point. I've got Stations, and I have Caesars, and those are the 4 I'm playing with here in Vegas. I'd like to add the Westgate. I think they duplicate kind of they run the same app. I know they're not the same, but Westgate I don't have. The William Hill I'm not with here. And again, I still prefer the offshores, and I hope they're not watching. I hope they don't say like, "Who's that guy on YouTube that says?" I just kept my offshore accounts. So they're not really. I just left my old address on there because you transact in Bitcoin anyways, or I do anyway. And uh, I like desktop, and I have to use the apps on the phone, and I don't think it's as good for me. I like to see the whole layout of the odds screen, the odds on the computer. I think it's better for me and faster. And going through the apps, I mean, these phones are great, right? Over the years, and I kind of remind myself of the old. Uh, Tony T once said, "You kind of are gonna go out into the sunset like like the old." Uh, you can get my fix right here. All right. Uh, all right. Give me Columbus here in this one. Over for our Tomps. And Philly Flyers says maybe Ingram could be in there. Thomas says, "What is that line on the Blue Jay?" I should throw that in. It's not great. It's $1.35, so it's a much more reasonable price now that Utah's up to Jesus 220. That feels steamy, man. Did it get steamed and I missed it? Or has it just been a gradual rise? I understand Columbus no good on the back to back. Maybe that's what people are betting on. Maybe that's what's moved the line here. But I just feel like Columbus is playing the best that they have. And, Utah's due. I get it. Maybe this will be the spot for them. They are 500. Columbus is 6 games over 500 now. So things have been going well. Yeah, Utah did get steamed. I don't know how I missed that. It was at a half an hour ago. So maybe I needed to go through the Steam plays here a little bit. I don't think I've hardly thrown any out here today, right? I'm going back. There it is, right there. Utah Hockey Club at $1.95 about a half an hour ago. So I just missed it, and I'll take Columbus on the puck line. All right, one more. Let's see. Maybe we can get something, Thomas, in the colleges tonight with the gang. And let's see a few more comments here. Nutflesh says, "Who do you have winning the Stars game, and what do you think the score will be?" Well, I'm going to call it a one-goal game. How's that, Nutflesh? Look, I think Vancouver can definitely be live in this game. They play well. They cover the puck line every time against Dallas right now, and they play much better on the road. So, but I am saving the total, I think, for a premium. And hope everything's going great, Nutflesh. Hope everything's. I shouldn't say. I hope you're doing well. That's what I'll say. Joe T says, "Don't forget to check out the community tab." Oh, thanks, Joe. Man, I knew I was missing something today. I'll check out the community tab as well today. I think one thing though we've seen certainly from Joe is his prepping for the Super Bowl with some of our polls. I'd like to see. We're going to do a little. We're going to recap those as we get closer to the game and all of your results here. So yeah, Joe's got some plays there today, right? Do you, Joe? Is that or? Let's see here. Yeah, Joe's got some plays here today as well. So check those out over on the community tab, and it's got some fun ones in there as well. Some fun poll results. Good job, Joe. As we get ready for the Super Bowl. Okay, let me charge up my phone here in case some other things come in here. And oh, Thomas is already. Look at this. Thomas, is he making his pick here on a Friday? 9 days ahead of the game in this one, Thomas. One more on the ice, and we're going to whip through the college card here on Friday. How about the Blues taking on the Avs tonight? You got the Avs, a pretty big favorite, of course, $1.80 here, 6 under 15 or so in this one with the Avalanche 29, 21 and 2. The Blues are 23, 24 and 4 coming in. Both teams are having some struggles here of late. The Avs have been dropping a few games here for sure, but they have won 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams coming in. But St. Louis has covered the puck line in 5 of the last 7 meetings in Colorado between these two teams. They've kind of hung in there. And another one where this is the first meeting of the season between these two division foes here with Bennington and Blackwood. It looks like I've seen some sites, I think, listing Hofer here today in this matchup, but Blackwood 16 and 14, a 2.66 goals against, and a 91% save percentage coming in to this one. But like I said, yeah, St. Louis, they do have a tendency to hang in there lately with Colorado coming in. Now, Colorado has won 16 of the last 21 meetings between these two teams overall, so that is something to consider in this one. St. Louis has gone over in 4 straight on the road, but Colorado's gone under in 5 of their last 7 games at home coming into this one. So not only has St. Louis done well on the puck line against Colorado, like I said, with a 5-2 record despite losing those games, 5-2 spread record, ATS record here as a puck line dog, but also Colorado as a puck line favorite has been very, very poor, 14 and 27 against the spread as a puck line favorite. They just don't get these puck lines really. Meanwhile, St. Louis is 25 and 15 as a puck line dog. So going to have to take the Blues here. I'm going to take another puck line today with a dog. St. Louis are a minus $1.65, but I'll try them here. Gosh, I've got some puck lines here today. Colorado is 16-9 to the over at home. St. Louis is 14-20 to the under on the road. Anything in the chat is why we're going to move to college basketball. And let's see here with Donut's here today. Hi, Donut. And that's it. Not much from you guys on the ice tonight. Not the greatest card in the world with three pretty substantial home favorites. Let's go to college basketball. I've tried to pick 5 or 6 games, I think, here today. Look at Philly Eagle Fly. Hey, there's a reason why I'm in the green in hockey for sure. All due respect to Joe in the chat there. Okay. We do have an early start, so certainly I've included that here today with Yale on the road. Again, let's go to the Ivy League. Man, it seems like even on the last couple of Fridays, we probably haven't hit up the Ivies as much as we should, but got to take a look at this one here for sure because of what we are seeing right now in the standings with Yale 4-0 atop the standings here right now in the Ivy League, sitting alone in first place. They are 11-6 overall. Princeton 14-5 coming in. Yale comes in on a winning streak. Princeton just got handed their first conference loss of the season last time out. They're tied for second with Cornell here. Cornell, you're not in first place anymore. But look, Yale's got Townsend, Yale's got Mabang, and certainly two of the better players in the league. Princeton probably has the leading candidate for the Ivy League Player of the Year in Xavier Lee. So let's see what you might have in this one. Princeton's been a big failure against the spread for sure so far this season, but they are 2-0 against the spread as an underdog. They're 5-12 against the spread overall. Yale's 10-5 against the spread overall, and they're 8-4 against the spread as a favorite. Meanwhile, Princeton's just 2-7 against the spread at home. So what are you going to do here when Yale takes on Princeton? This is the first meeting of the season between the two teams. Princeton won at home last year, 73-62 as a 4-point favorite, and they are Princeton after all. So can they get it together here? Let's see what if you guys like this one. This one's at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific, and it is a nationally televised game here in this one tonight, as this one will be on the old ESPN2. Yale's won 11 of the last 14 meetings between these two teams, despite what we might perceive as, Princeton being always pretty strong. Princeton's won 6 of their last 7 at home. Yale's gone over in 5 straight road games. 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over when they've met at Princeton. So let's see what you guys might have in this one. I know there's already been some popular talk among the cappers when you're getting Princeton at home, but I don't know. Yale has a pretty good run in this series for sure. So we're in the Ivies here, and we need one more consensus play somewhere. Let's see if you guys like this one with Yale and Princeton. Let me go to the chat. We're in the Ivies. Thomas likes Yale. Bobby Mack likes Yale. Art Thompson likes the under in this one. And let's see. Fernando likes the over. So I think we might have our second consensus. I don't want to say, well, let me see what Spoon says. He says Yale has some big and slow guards, and Princeton, I don't think that's a pick, though, just quite yet there. But nonetheless, Spoons has some interesting points, no doubt. But I'm going to try Yale one more time here. I know Princeton great at home, and I know that we're hearing a lot of talk from the talking heads because there's only so many games this week today. So I've seen some videos out there as I was consuming some content, seeing who everybody was on, but I'm taking Yale in this one. They've got the winning streak. Like I said, Princeton did just lose to Cornell, forcing that second place tie. Cornell lost at home 70. I'm sorry, Princeton lost at home to Cornell 85 to 76. So yeah, even if Spoons was on Princeton, still 3-1. But I don't think he was just saying it could be a good situation for him. I don't even think it was a pick necessarily. I'd say that qualifies as a lean though for Spoons to Princeton, but we need a consensus play. So I'm already said I'm on it. So I'm not going to change. I'm not going to flip to the total here at this point. I'll just take Yale with you guys. All right. And let's move on here to our next one. We're pretty much rolling these first three games on the card today with our card here. Butler taking on Georgetown in this one. Hey, Butler here comes into Georgetown as a 3.5-point dog. Georgetown's lost a few games here for sure, but they've been playing the tougher Big East teams, it feels like. Lost to St. John's, lost to Providence. They beat Villanova as a dog. The concern was that loss to DePaul here, but they did cover on the road at St. John's, and they got blown out at home by St. John's. They only scored 41 points last game. That was a real clunker for sure, it felt like. But Butler has won 8 of the last 9 meetings here at Georgetown. Butler also 5-1 in the last 6 overall against the Hoyas. 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone, or let's see, 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Georgetown's gone under in 6 of their last 7 games overall coming into this one. Butler is 5-2 against the spread on the road, but they are 0-5 straight up on the road so far, and Georgetown is 10-2 as a favorite straight up. They would have to cover the number here. Georgetown 6-15 to the under so far this season, including 8 of their last 10 games have gone under overall. Butler kind of trends over a little bit in this role as a dog on the road getting points, but man, I want to take the Georgetown here in this one. A little worried about laying even a couple of points. That's why I'm going to make that my free play, I think, here. Give me the Hoyas in this one. Thomas likes the under here, and I can't disagree. They'll probably be making the card, it feels like, at this point. Dayton is at St. Louis here. You got Dayton on the road, 14-7. St. Louis comes in with a 13-8 record coming into this one. He's got A10 action here tonight with two teams certainly close to the top of the standings. St. Louis is just one game behind George Mason. Meanwhile, Dayton is in a traffic jam at 4-4 right now. Coming into this matchup. It is the only matchup in the Atlantic 10 here tonight, but let's see here with Dayton favored by 1.5 right now, maybe down to, yeah, that's just wrong, right? I think that's a typo. St. Louis has been the favorite the whole time. I think I just put it on the wrong team. I knew I had to take a second glance at that. There we go. Let's bring it up here and make it right. Oops. There we go. Yeah, 1.5 for sure. In fact, 2 at Bovada right now. The total 144, maybe even 145. Little yawny yawn again. I'll have to get some sleep for that show tomorrow. All right, here we go. Dayton has a dog, 3-1 against the spread so far. They've covered just 8 of their last 10 games overall, but they are in their best role here in this one as they're getting the points. The widely reported steam did come in on Dayton. Maybe that's what I saw. Maybe it did go to Dayton, a favorite, and now back to St. Louis here in this one. So we'll see there with these two. Let's see what you got in the chat tonight when Dayton takes on St. Louis here. Let's go to the chat. St. Louis has won 5 straight games at home. They're 11-1 straight up at home. Meanwhile, Dayton's just 1-3 straight up on the road. So what gives here with these two teams? Now, 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over when they've played here in St. Louis, but they have not met yet so far this season. St. Louis lost at home last year to Dayton, 100-83. So let's see, though, what you got here with St. Louis. They're the low-scoring team for the most part. St. Louis has gone under in 9 of their last 10 games overall. Coming into this one, they're 2-11 to the under as a favorite, which they are now. They're also 2-8 to the under at home. Dayton is 14-6 to the over, 4-2 to the over on the road, and 3-1 to the over as a dog. So definitely some contrast there between these two. Let's see what you have. Dayton taking on St. Louis here. You got Bobby Mack on St. Louis. You've got Fernando on St. Louis. And here is Thomas on St. Louis. And that'll wrap it up. Number 3 play there. And Spoon says, this is a different St. Louis team here right now. I think, is he saying it for better or for worse? I don't know. The way they're playing right now, it's got to be for better here, right? Look, St. Louis ran into such a bad streak. It felt like, just want to throw this one in right now. We just mentioned, I don't know, maybe it was one of you guys put in a big bet, but the steam just came in on the Butler St. Louis game on the under just now. We talked about how the trends kind of look under with these two teams, right? But right now that 139 that we talked about is already 138.5 at several books here, and I think you're going to see that one moving lower here. Butler and Georgetown is taking the steam on the under as we speak. All right, let's see here with Dayton and St. You guys are already on a consensus, so I'm going to pivot to the look at Spoon says St. Louis and VCU got into it in their last game back. Was that the conference tournament, Spoons, last year? So this is their first meeting of the season this year. So and Thomas says he's fading Dayton. He's not necessarily going on St. Louis. And Thomas is our Ohio correspondent after all. All right, I'm going to go under here. You guys already went with the over here. And look, if St. Louis is going to win, right, don't you think it would be in their element, right? St. Louis is definitely a hardcore under here right now. So go ahead and give me the under in this one. You guys already said consensus on St. Louis here. So we've got 3 on our consensus parlay. We're ready to go. Okay. Oh, Spoons, it was not, I don't think, there was not a fight. The fight was in the stands, actually. I don't think the players got into a fight in that game. The fight was in the stands just between some fans, actually. But you know what we didn't mention also? How about that Duke game? We didn't mention it here on the air, but the player threw up on the court, and then the lady passed out. The girl passed out in the stand. Now, look, you know what it's like in Shashevskyville, right? I know it's not as like it used to be, but I'm not saying that the young lady might have had. When you're dragging someone out of the stands and you're not performing any resuscitory, everyone was complaining, right? The girl got basically carried out of the stands. Like, oh, is that any way to treat a fan? when you are not being like resuscitated or being attended to by paramedics and someone just you passed out because you know what I mean, right? I mean, anybody disagree with? I know everybody was in an outrage on X because the guy basically just picked her up over his shoulder, and come on, we've all been there before. Have I mean, not saying I'd pick up drunk women and put them over my shoulder, but maybe we have done that in the past, somewhere down the line, and that's what it looked like to me in that Duke game. We can laugh now because they said she was okay and walked out of the arena on her own, anyways. So, or stumbled out, maybe. All right, Thomas, let's go. Akron and Kent here with us. Stay in Ohio here with a big game tonight. It feels like here in the MAC. Let's take a look at the matchup here between the Zips here in this one. Kent State is favored, though. Let me make sure of that. Might have actually been some movement here. Yeah, Kent State is up to a 2.5 point favorite here on a little bit of a move. Right now, it's moving at Bet Online. They're juicing it a little bit here. Even the total is 144.5, not 44.5. There we go. I think that's the line there right now.
Steam playing.
A little bit of steam here coming in. We haven't had much steam here on this short card, but I'll report this one to you right now. Iona and Manhattan. We're seeing steam to the over with two teams that definitely have, I think, some overs this season so far. It was 147. Looks like we're going to 148.5, 149. Here's some steam. We have some steam, believe it or not. Iona and Manhattan steam to the over. All right, let's talk about the game here between Akron and Kent here tonight with the Golden Flashes here favored by 2.5. Kent comes in with a win over Bowling Green last time out. You take a look here right now at the current standings in the MAC, and you have really exciting finish here coming up with Akron 8-0 right now. Kent, yeah, they're 4-4, but they are at home at least in this one, and they're favored. Akron 16-2 overall. Coming into this one, they are playing outstanding here with a winning streak. They did fail to cover a big number against NIU, but so far Akron is 2-3 against the spread as an underdog this season. Kent is 9-5 against the spread as a favorite. But again, Akron sitting atop the standings, 8-0 in the MAC right now, one game ahead of Miami. 7-1, Toledo's 6-2, Ohio's 5-3, and then you're down here with Kent and Eastern Michigan, both at 4-4. These two teams have not met yet this season. Kent is 9-5 against the spread as a favorite. They're 6-3 against the spread at home, and Akron as an underdog, 0-5 straight up this season. So maybe an indicator there. I mean, you got Von Cameron Davis, of course. He's going to be the player of the year, it feels like, in the MAC this season, with all due respect to Nate Johnson. I think Von Cameron Davis, is the man. But, you also have, Tavari as well. So let me get one more steam here. Mount St. Mary's. Let me see here. Mount St. Mary's and Merrimack. Steam to the under here in this one. It was 132.5, but we're going to go down to 131.5, maybe even 131 here. Steam coming in. Mount St. Mary's and Merrimack. Man, the steam's rolling in just in time for us here to have some moves on some of these other games we're not covering, because I only got a couple more after this. All right. Let's see what you might have in this one, though, with Akron taking on Kent in this, good game for sure. Akron has won 5 of their last 6 games on the road. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over when playing at Akron. However, Akron's gone under in 6 of their last 7 games on the road, and Kent is 4-14 to the under at home so far this season. They're also 4-10 to the under as a favorite here in this one. The Steam came in on the over here, and I think the market action kind of looks like it could be an over game. But let's see if you like this one at all tonight with Akron and Kent here. See some comments here in the chat. Right? Thomas says, just doing your job as a man. You got a date, she's passed out, just pick her up and do the job. Art Thomas likes Kent State here. And oh man, it's so great to have Dave in the chat. Thank you, Dave, for being here. I think he was talking about that last game there, right, that we covered. But yeah, there he said in the Mount St. Mary's. He's got the under in that one. It was Dave that moved the line. I think there is what it was. Great to see you, Dave. And again, thank you so much for setting up our date with Big Boss. And Dave and I and Big Boss went to that bowl game, and we were wondering if we weren't seeing it was a good first half, and it was a blowout, but it was okay, right? And then a great game. We saw one of the best bowl games of the season, I think, there in the end, didn't we? All right, Fernando leaning to the over in this one. James Parham likes the over as well. The Steam's on the over, but it does feel like, the kind of the numbers here a little bit with Kent, right? If they're favored, if they're gonna win, they're gonna go under, it feels like. All right, I don't want to necessarily fade these guys here right now. And look, Akron's doing great. Oh, let me get some steam on the ice here real quick. The game between Columbus and Utah. Steam to the under here in that one. It's the highest total of the night on the ice at 6.5. We could see this one go down. I think we did. It's already 6 flat here between Columbus and Utah tonight. Maybe let's see if the goalie situation has changed here real quick. I just want to peek at it here. No, I don't think we've had any confirmation yet with Columbus's goalie, but nonetheless, that thing has moved here from 6. It may have been 6 over for a lot of people, but right now it's 6 flat pretty much everywhere. All right. I'm going to have to take Kent State. You got to respect this move here right now with a 4-4 conference team. Not saying I'm one of those, the line speaks volumes. I was already thinking Kent State, and I'm not getting the best of the value here. So let me take them on the show, if you know what I mean. I'll take Kent State to win and cover here tonight against Akron. Like I said, they're 9-5 as a favorite, and Akron has not won a game as an underdog yet this season. Now, I could get the line here, I guess, at 2.5, but I'll try Kent here in this one. Another steam move here right now. I want to pass these along to you because the show's almost over. Oh, in fact, let's just move on. No, let me say it. We got 2 games to go before we get to this one. Steam on the under here with Siena and Marist. This one was 126, but we are obviously down to 125 here. Pretty much everywhere, it feels like, in the game between Siena and Marist. In fact, Bet Online is down to 124.5, juice to the under. So, and Stations down to 124 flat. So, pretty serious move here on the under between Siena and Marist. We'll preview it in just a moment. And Thomas already going with Siena. I kind of got ahead of myself, Thomas. Sorry about that. I am going to preview the Indiana-Purdue game. Of course, we've got to preview the Indiana-Purdue game. Come on. And, I'm not saying that Coach has got to win this one, but, the pressure's on right now. This is the Fox Friday night special here with Purdue, favored by double digits. Obviously, the pressure's on Brown every time he goes out there. It almost feels like getting away from home is kind of helping Indiana a little bit. They did win that game a couple games ago at Ohio State, and we had Indiana in that game, actually, but then they threw in the clunker against Northwestern. They blew it against Maryland despite being in there. They actually got the money in that one, and it was awkward, right, when Brown was going to walk off the court after the game. A tough loss, obviously, and a player had to come in and say, "Hey, come on, coach, get in the sportsmanship line." And we are seeing. I'll just mention it here, though, right? There is some talk about going away from the sportsmanship line in college basketball. Um, I don't think there's enough incidents to warrant it, but maybe there's some shit talking. I don't know, but could we see the end of the sportsmanship line in college I've never been one for the sportsmanship line. Actually, you might think I would be, but I don't know. All right, let's talk about the game though with Indiana and Purdue here tonight. You got Purdue favored by a dozen points after all. I mean, it's been bad times for Indiana here right now. Uh, they are still a 500 team or 11-10 against the spread, so it's not like they're totally terrible to a certain extent. Purdue 7-3 against the spread. Their last 10-6 against the spread. As a favorite, Purdue 10-1 straight up at home. Indiana 2-6 straight up. As a dog, Purdue has defeated Indiana in 8 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams, but Indiana has gotten the money in a few of the matchups of late. Last year, though, was Purdue getting the money in both matchups. So game here was 79-59. Purdue won and covered as a 17-point favorite. But it does feel like Indiana's giving a solid effort right now on the road. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams here in West Lafayette have gone under when these two teams have met. Let's see if you guys want to play this one. Big Ten feature here tonight with Indiana and Purdue. And we've got over from Thomas Lewis and Curtis. I think that I think he might be using his voice. I'm going to say that's a smash spot for Purdue. And R. Thompson likes Purdue, so I guess I'm going to be up against you guys. I just think rivalry game. Yeah, maybe Purdue gets up. Maybe they do smash them. I mean, after all, Purdue is ranked 10th in the country right now. Robert does like the over here in this one, but I'm going to try Indiana. I think I saw that game. Uh, you know, the other night there. Like I said, I had them. I had them in that game with against Ohio State. So I'm not saying they're going to get a repeat performance here, but uh, not only Purdue lost at. I was talking about Indiana's game against Ohio State, but Purdue, of course, lost to Ohio State at home, 73-70, a couple of games ago. They did come back and rocked Michigan last time out. And at home, they are 7-5 against the spread so far. Indiana 3-4 against the spread on the road. I'm taking Indiana tonight, and I'll probably be a bit on an island here in that one. All right, I've got one more. We'll just go to it right now. We've got our 3 games at least for the consensus parlay. Here's Siena and Marist. You guys already made the pick there. Thomas made his proclamation in this one. Siena comes in 9-11. Of course, Marist having a terrific season here right now, and we'll see how things shake out in the MAAC, but they're still tied for first in this wild MAAC standings with Merrimack and Quinnipiac. All 3 teams currently at 8-1 in the standings coming in right here. Marist, they're such a complete team, it feels like, aren't they? They don't really have the breakout star. Siena certainly does in Justin Schatz, but man, Marist is just so crisp, so efficient out there. Obviously they're more known as a defensive team. It feels like the widely reported steam came in on the under just moments ago, as we said. So let's see what you have here as our final game. The show is almost over here. It only took us 2 hours. 10 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams have gone under. 5 straight years it's gone under when these two teams have met at Marist. The two teams have not met yet this season. Siena's been a good spread team, 9-5 against the spread. As an underdog, 7-3 against the spread on the road. Marist, maybe they're a bit overrated and a bit highly rated, and despite their great record, they're 4-5 against the spread at home and 6-7 against the spread as a favorite. Marist is 10-11 at home, or 8-1 straight up at home, 12-1 straight up as a favorite here. They're laying 6 is what I'm listing here. Down to 5.5 here at some spots right now. So let's see what you have here in this one with Marist taking on Siena here. Siena's been an okay cover for sure. And let's go to the chat with Robert. Likes Marist, and he likes the under in this one. All right. Hey, I'll go heads up with I'll try the Saints here against Marist tonight. Give me the 5.5 against my man Robert. We agree so much that like to maybe I'm just having a little fun here on a Friday. I'll take the points tonight, but I think we know Robert doesn't even have to be he basically makes my picks for me. Half kidding. They're on some of our premiums, right, Bobby Mac? Yeah, I'll be on the under tonight for sure. All right, I think that's going to do it for the Morning Steam show. Let's get the drawing underway and say goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, 6:30 a.m. Eastern. Mike even said 4 a.m., but I'm going to move it back because I know those guys want to get on the air, and I need at least 2 hours with that college basketball card tomorrow. We're going to mostly just be whipping through plays. There's not going to be any trend spread analysis. We might try to get a few in, but I think we've just got to go with some, I want to give my picks out certainly here. So let's go to James says, what about Dartmouth, Ramon? You got to have Dartmouth and Cornell with our short card. Let me see if I can at least give my pick out with Dartmouth and Cornell. I mean, I have my notes. I wasn't sure I was ready with the game, but I'm gonna James, I'm gonna have to take a pass right now on that one. We got a 3-teamer here right now, says Thomas. Hey everyone, you can get my best picks over at winnable.com/Ramon. This is how you support me here on the channel by subscribing to my picks. Click on the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. That'll take you to the winnable page. It's $4 a day. You guys didn't hear me yawn, did you? $4 a day, $8 a week, $19.95 a month. It's 50 cents a day when you use that promo code STEAM there. And that's how you support me here on the show. Subscribe to the free picks as well. Might come out with a little soccer action here at this point. Unless I fall asleep. All right, we're going to bring up the drawing. Good luck today, everybody, here as we do our giveaway. And, I'll give you one last chance to type in blah, blah, blah in the chat. And that'll get you entered into the drawing. Hope everyone's entered in there. And here we go. We're going to punch it up right now and then bring it up. Oh boy, why do I have so much trouble with this feature that we were doing here? It was going so well there for a while, but oh gosh, here I've already here we go. For now, James Farm, Dave's, Terrell, Spoons, Philly Flower. We're already down at the end here. Our tops, of course. Come on. You got to have our tops there. That's it for the Morning Steam show. Thank you, everybody. Good luck to our tops tonight. She gets the 3-teamer. Thank you to Fernando and Bobby Mack here as well. And Terrell says he doesn't like media week there. Blue, hi, Blue. Nice to see you. All right, that's it for the morning steam. Thanks a lot, everybody. Curtis made the pick for us in the Cornell-Dartmouth game. Thank you, Curtis. That's going to do it. Don't forget, I'll be here tomorrow early. And hey, if you show up late and you get, we're on the UFC coverage, I hope if you have not checked it out, here, if you haven't ever watched the companion coverage, this would be a great time to do it because it'll be on in the morning. And if you haven't seen it, because sometimes on at night, maybe you're not into it or whatever, but this card is just an ESPN Plus card. It's not pay-per-view or anything. So as long as you have the ESPN Plus there, I'm watching these highlights last night of that as I get out of here, but I just want to mention it too because it was just terrific. The young lady from Vanderbilt, Michaela Blake's 53 points. Only one other freshman has ever scored that many points in an NCAA Division I game, some player by the name of Elena Deladon. So you can bet this Michaela Blake's of Vanderbilt against Florida. Truly a special talent. I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot about her. All right, it's going to do it. Thanks, everybody. Catch you tomorrow. More morning steam for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Can't escape from the team, call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money back with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.